Hi, my name is Michael Timms, Executive Director at Camp of the Hills. Camp of the Hills is a ministry dedicated to revealing and glorifying Jesus Christ by providing life-changing opportunities for at-risk kids from low-income communities all across Texas. This mission is primarily done through our summer camps. Camp of the Hills has over 100 acres located in the beautiful Texas Hill Country on Lake Travis, 10 miles east of Marble Falls.
My name is Drew Bowen. I'm out here working at Camp of the Hills. I'm serving as the program director. Camp is important because each one of these campers matter. These kids are often looked over by parents, by schools, by people in their neighborhood. But here at Camp of the Hills, we want these kids to know that they matter, that they're special, that God has put greatness in them. And it's our job to call it out and to say, you are a great kid who God has blessed and who God is going to bless the world through your talents and your passions and your dreams.
My favorite experience have been to come here and be welcomed here and do things with people that I don't normally do things with on a daily basis.
Well, pretty much everything, like worship, I love it.
My favorite thing to do with the kids is have worship. Just seeing the kids get fired up for Jesus and get fired up to sing and just be with each other. It's just amazing.
There are a variety of fun activities to choose from at Camp of the Hills, from our ropes challenge course for team building, archery, large swimming hole, covered basketball pavilion, sand volleyball court, fishing pond, lake access for fishing, canoes and kayaking, hiking, and guided boat tours on Lake Travis.
I've been coming since I was 7, and so I was like, when I was younger, I was like, I want to be a counselor. So this is my first year as a counselor, and I love it. It's great.
Being a counselor and being with the campers at all times, it is truly amazing. You see so many different ways that the kids relate to each other and the way that they work together and love each other.
My counselors, the staff, the volunteers, everyone that I've come in contact with, they made me feel so welcome.
Well, I've been coming here since I was 8. The joy that you get while out here is better than any place I've ever found it anywhere else. If I could make anybody else in the world feel the way I felt when I was a younger kid being here, I wanted to do that.
I think the biggest impact in my life from Camp of the Hills was my second year here. It was after we had had a very emotional night at camp, and we were all sitting around, and I started to share part of my testimony, and without, meaning to whatsoever, I completely broke down and just started sobbing, and everything came spilling out, and I just couldn't stop. And I think that had just made such a huge impact on my life, because it was just such a burden on my shoulders lifted, that I think that's the moment I deeply fell in love with this place.
The crucifixion reenactment, it was so tough to watch as a camper. I knew about Jesus and I knew everything he went through, but it's just a beautiful thing. And knowing somebody can love you the way he loves you and the way that is portrayed is just life-changing.
What you would be taking away from Camp of the Hills is learning more about Jesus and God.
The fact that I'm loved always, God will always be there with me.
What I've been taking away from my week is God wants us to make peace, not fight. He wants us to be in His image. He wants us to love one another and be together as one big family.
Just from coming here and loving people and being nice to everyone, when I get home, it'll make me pay more attention to my sisters and actually spend time with them. Just be a better sister to them.
By the end of the summer, I think that I will have learned a lot of new things about myself, as well as how I interact with other people, and that can definitely affect the way my everyday life will change whenever I leave camp. I will definitely be a lot more thankful and grateful for what I have.
Just try to influence people and myself that life is worth living, because at the very least, you can make somebody else's life better and make somebody else's life better. It's just like a chain reaction. Your life's gonna get better through the process, and that's kind of what Jesus did. He lived his life literally just so our lives can be better.
Well, I've actually been here for 6 years, my 6th year. And same thing as always, I love it. I wouldn't mind staying here for another 2 weeks.
Do it. Just like come, cause it's gonna change your life. Like just come,
The people who want to sponsor us, I would say you should, because it's a good camp. It helps people to think about their lives, the bad things they did, and to change themselves coming here. It's a good experience.
So as you've seen and heard, God is doing amazing things in the lives of hundreds of children here each summer through Camp of the Hills. We need your help to continue and grow this life-changing ministry to our precious campers. We ask that you first of all pray that God will grow the seeds planted in the hearts and minds of our campers so that they will be leaders and Christ-like examples as they go back to their homes, neighborhoods, and schools. And it takes a lot of stuff to run a summer camp. Things like clothing and Gatorade, cleaning supplies, sunscreen and bug spray, items for our reward store. Your family, church group, or business can host a donation drive throughout the year to help collect dozens of different supplies that we need for summer camp. And as a nonprofit organization, we depend on charitable gifts to fulfill our mission. About 85% of our operating budget is comprised of donor support. It is our prayer that God calls you to be a financial partner in our ministry here at camp. Please contact us anytime to learn more about what God is doing through Camp of the Hills and how you can get involved. I'd love to give you a tour and share a few stories of how God's love is transforming and making a difference in the lives of campers like these. So from Camp of the Hills, we say,
thank you
for prayerfully considering being a part of our mission of sharing the love and hope of Jesus Christ with His precious children.